Yeah, it's an absolute scorcher in Pretoria, South Africa. It's a very, very hot day. Having a cold one. Highland lager, lovely stuff. Could be a little bit colder though. Yeah, so I'm talking cricket. I haven't done a cricket video in a very, very long time. But I feel now is a good time with the T20 World Cup just around the corner. So I'm on my own again. The buddies are. Hopefully we'll make videos of friends together, a bit of banter, a bit of chat about cricket as well. Because I really feel that South Africa needs our support at the moment regarding cricket, and lots of things happening and lots of talk about this and that, and I want to give my opinion about a few of those issues. But mainly this is a review about the series that has just passed. So always extremely difficult to go play in India. India is probably the best place in the world to bring through youth with the IPL, especially for T20 cricket. And we're seeing it now in Surya Kumar, who had a great series and has an extremely high strike rate. And the conditions are always difficult to play in, but it's conditions that we should be used to with a lot of the players playing IPL over there. And you also saw that in the game. In the games that we played. So the first match was a tricky one. We got a very low score, and they chased it down easily. The bowlers tried hard, but we just faltered completely. It was just a complete collapse, not switched on. And that's something that I want to touch on. It seems like in the T20 games that we played, the margins are so small and a bit uncharacteristic of South African teams to drop catches and have misfields and so on and so forth. I watched last night and there was a easy catch dropped by Dwayne Pretorius, and that sort of thing can cost you. So, and I often think that these sort of silly mistakes often have to do with the morale in the squad. And there are two factors at the moment that I think affect that morale. And the one is that I think it's always tricky when you leave. You know that your coach is already out the door. So Mark Boucher is going to the Mumbai Indians, obviously getting quite a decent contract there. And I think there's just so much politics surrounding cricket at the moment that you can't blame a guy if he doesn't want to be part of that setup anymore. But I think Boucher is probably the best coach in the country at the moment, and it's a pity that he's leaving. I think he did a great job, and he was cricket was just starting to recover and to look better, and now he's going out. So I hope the guy that comes in is really the next best guy, and I wish him all the best, whoever it may be. And then there's obviously the Temba Bavuma issue, which I just want to give my little bit about. He was picked as the T20 captain, if we're talking specifically T20 now, and he will do his best every single match that he plays. Do I believe that he is a natural T20 batsman? No, I don't think so. I don't think he hits enough boundaries. He doesn't hit enough sixes and so on and so forth. So I think he's always struggling, but I think he can fulfill a certain role in that team, as long as he knows exactly what his role is, rotating, strike, building an innings. He can score at a strike rate of probably 120 or so, which should be good enough if the guys around you are playing the big shots and scoring big runs, like your David Millers and Dwayne Pretorius and all the other batsmen, Quinton de Kock, all the big hitters, Riley Rousseau. Most of them came good in this series. Losing Rassie van der Dussen is a huge loss. But I like Wayne Parnell. I like it that he can bat a bit. That's one area where South Africa comes short, is that T20 sides of late, they bat until 10. They bat until 11. They can all bat. The whole team can bat. And that's something in South African cricket that we are missing, is that we don't bat deep enough. Watch last last night's T20 that South Africa in the end won fairly comfortably, I think by about 49 runs. We scored 228, and India scored 170 odd all out. But even when they were 9 down, they were still scoring boundaries. They were still scoring fairly quickly. So that might be a problem when it gets to the T20 World Cup. Our top and middle order will have to come off. And of course they can. We saw 200s. We saw 2 amazing hundreds. We saw consistency from Quinton de Kock. He's on form. We saw Markram making runs. I think this is Aiden Markram's format. He is struggling in Test cricket, but in T20 cricket and in one-day cricket, he has a much better average and strike rate. So I think in the batting we're okay. A little bit concerned with the bowling. The tactics are clear. Bowling just outside off, slower balls outside off. It's just we get it wrong too much. We saw last night again starting overs with 2 wides. Wayne Parnell. Wayne Parnell struggles with his consistency, with finding his areas. It's too many bad balls. 1 ball down leg releases that pressure. Dwayne Pretorius actually bowled very, very well, and he's a good batsman. So he's one to look at as we're trying to find our best starting lineup. Because Wayne Parnell gives you the batting side as well. He bowls fairly quick. He's got a lot of experience. He played in England for a long time at the highest level. So give him the chance. I just wish for a little bit more consistency regarding that. In our bowling in general, Lungi Ngidi last night bowled very well in the first 2 games. Didn't concede too many runs, but last night he was extremely expensive. I think he conceded 17 runs per over in his 3 overs. And it's a lack of consistency. Bowling full tosses. First ball of the over, his 3rd over, was a full toss that went for 6. Ball after that, another full toss, went for 4. This is the highest level. You can't strive for the block hole and bowl rank full tosses. We saw quite a few waist-high no balls. It's something you hardly ever see in this level of cricket. Not only from the Proteas, but also from India, actually, if you've got to be honest. But it's something that shouldn't actually happen at this level, I don't think. That means that you missed your mark by so far. But coming back to the Bavuma issue, so I think there's a bit of a negative vibe. I feel sorry for him that he didn't make it. But I don't think he's a natural T20 cricketer. I do think he's a good captain. I do think he gives his all. But it's not the first time that a captain of the Proteas, of any national side, hasn't gone through a bad patch. It happens all the time. It happened to Kohli recently, where he couldn't make runs to save his life. They dropped him as captain. It created a difficult situation within the India squad as well. So we need to make decisions. I don't think, obviously, leaving him out now will be even worse. The World Cup squad's already been made. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be there. We must try for him to get form, and the relationship between him and Boucher, the conversations that they have, must be solid to get the absolute best out of him. And he must complement the other batsmen, and there must be a happy squad. You need a happy team, a happy squad, guys that want to play for each other in order to win a big tournament like this. Can we win it? Yes, I believe we can. We've got the batsmen, we've got the bowlers, we've got the Rabadas, the Shamsis, Maharaj to do very well in a competition like this. T20 cricket is often a lottery. It's a toss of a coin. And sometimes the batsman goes for a big hit and is out early, and he's the talisman of the team. Then you might lose a game or 2. So it's down to small things, but you have to go into the tournament with real belief. I think we have form players at the moment, which is always a great thing going into a tournament like this. We'd like to see Janneman Malan maybe get a chance now in the one-dayers as a backup to someone. People have been crying for Reza Hendricks. He normally does well in the shorter format. A little bit inconsistent for me, a little bit up and down. But other than that, I think it was great for our confidence that the Proteas won this last game. And when we did so well, when we batted so well in the second T20, I thought to myself, we're going to win this last one. and we're going to go into the next games with good momentum and into the T20 World Cup with good momentum. It's actually probably a good thing that we played against the best, that we played against India, to really measure ourselves and to now go back and take stock and decide which areas we want to bowl in and so on and so forth. Australian conditions will be a little bit more different. It will suit us better. You'll have faster pitches for our fast guys. Probably won't pick 2 spinners, maybe only 1 spinner. Guys that can bowl a lot of slower balls, we'll have to see when we get there. But we have the players. I think in Boucher we have the coach. And we had 2 guys who made hundreds. Some amazing batting performances. We got so close to that huge score from India in the second T20. I think it filled the guys with a lot of confidence. Bowling wise, I think Ngidi can do it. He's got a great slower ball. The guys can do it. Rabada's there. Anrich Nurkier still, he didn't even play in the last game. With his pace in Australia, he's going to be a huge weapon, a massive weapon. Pity we don't bat deeper. That's something that I think in development wise for future players, you'll have to, your pace batsman, a guy like Marco Jansen, who's a pace bowler who can bat. That's the future of cricket, that's where world cricket is going. The times of having a number 11 who can hardly hold the bat, I think those times are over. So it's something that we will have to work on in South African cricket. But feeling optimistic. 3 one-dayers coming up now. You can check it out on the website, Sportstats.co.za. The fixtures are there. Sorry, I haven't done anything in cricket in a while, but you can go read up some old articles. There might be 1 or 2 relevant things still in there. But yeah, great. Having a beer, absolutely scorcher of a day in South Africa, and looking forward to some good cricket coming up. Cheers.